Hello guys, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story about me. I was up in Rose Cottage, and if people want to watch this video, that's fine, it's up to you. Please listen to the whole video, because the video does get sad and a bit of sadness and a bit like whoa, like that. But what basically happened, I was up in Rose Cottage, and one morning I was just like, I knew I was not myself. And when I got to the point when I was not myself, it got, I don't know how to really say, but the staff saw me. What basically happened, the staff saw a side. I was not very happy. I was genuinely upset, and they knew I was really upset. And what basically happened, and they just said to me, "Are you okay?" I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a bit down today, but I don't know why. And I knew myself was like getting worked up. And by the evening, I just fucking lost it with myself. I just lost it. I don't know why I lost it. I was smashing up everything. I ran off. I was making allegations. And I knew on that side I was not very happy with myself. I ran off, but then they had to call on call. This was like one of the managers, and they tried to look for me. It was like 6 hours. I was gone for, and I knew there was a side of my side. I was not in the matter of my side. I was not in a good place. I was really upset. Then the police found me. They brought me back. My head was just like not thinking straight. My head was like gone. And I think this is when Rachel was on call, and I knew myself was getting worked up, upset, and I knew I was really upset, and I was crying, and I was not in a good mood. And I could just tell by all of that stuff, why did I do it? And I was thinking, if I do it again and again and again, it's going to move me a bit quicker. but I just couldn't. What I mean, I just couldn't get myself into the right place. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't get myself out there to get more help. The only thing I could get is to run away. I know it's not good, but it got me the right help a little bit. I was keeping on doing it because I needed a lot more help. And I don't know what was wrong with me. It was just like, yeah, I knew there was a dark side of myself, was like, with everything. And I knew there was a side on my side I couldn't understand. The more I ran off, the more I did it. The more I did it, the more I'd get myself upset and angry with myself. But why was I put in the comments down below, like, how did you sort yourself in a matter of way and put yourself out there to be nice and to behave and to learn? Put in the comments down below for me, guys, and I'll tell you a bit more of the story now. But the more I did it, the more I just came like, fuck this, fuck this, blah 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 blah. The more I did it, the more incidents I was having. That's what they were called in that place, incidents. I was having like loads, and loads, and I was just like running away, having incident after incident. And they obviously was like, they obviously when they don't know why I was doing it. And would you think it was one of those? It was one of those kind of things in life, was like, the more you did it, the more it was going to be fun. But it was not fun. It was not really fun at all. And it got to the point then, they obviously called the police loads. And obviously they just like, yeah, we don't know why you were doing this. But then it got to one day, like really, it got to one day, and it was just got well too much. It was just like, my head just fucking just gone. My head was just gone. I had one of the biggest incidents of my fucking life, and it just got to the point then, like, having those moments and having that big incident. I obviously ran off that night. I obviously ran off away, like, proper. And Rachel was obviously team leader in that flat, in that house. And obviously she was it. I don't know. I think it got too much. and it just got fucking got too much for me. And I had the biggest incident. I ran off for a few hours, or for a few, it was not for a few days, it was definitely not that. And you know, when you have one of the biggest blows out ever, and when the police had to come, they tried to look for me. They found me. Eventually, they found me, and they obviously found me, and I was just like, how can I sort myself out? How can I be this person? How can I be this? Why did I do it? Why did I come this? Why did I do that? It was just like, it was one of those, like, when you grow up and be an adult, a young adult, because I was only 18 or 19. I think I was 18 and I was still doing it, or 17. I think I was 18 at that point, and I was running away. I had the biggest incident in my life. The police had to come because I ran off. I obviously ran off. I hid somewhere. They couldn't find me. I had my phone on me, but I just turned it off. The police were looking for me, and obviously they couldn't obviously find me. They obviously couldn't. I lost it. Then they finally found me eventually about like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had school the next day. And obviously I just was like, obviously I lost it again and again and again. And you know when you get to the point when you're just thinking, fuck this, I don't want to be here. Then the police came, they left. I obviously went to bed about 5 o'clock. 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 3 hours sleep. The staff on the next shift, it was definitely not Rachel was on that day, because it was her shift. They all came up to a conclusion, and they obviously was like, okay, they obviously woke me up. It was like, time for school, and I was like, fuck off, not going. And they was like, right then, if you don't go to school, we'll turn the Wi-Fi off. And I just said to her, wow, do you want a fucking medal for it? Fuck off. I'm tired. Obviously, when I went back to sleep, they would keep on waking me up. Then I just got up, had an incident again. They had to hold me. Really, they had to hold me. And some of the Kinsale staff came up. After I calmed down, I went again. I smashed the whole living room, smashed everything. And it was about 3 o'clock. I had the incident all day. Then that night I ran off again at my window because they did not know, because I was really fuming that day. And Rachel was like, she went up to Nat, and Beth was like, I feel like he's going to run off tonight, but I need more staff tonight to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my work next week, like next shift. but I'm going to see if I can get enough time with him because he's really upset. We don't know what's wrong. And they obviously, she went, okay, that's fine, I'll let you. But that didn't help. She went out with Scarlett or Harry to do something with them about 6 after tea, and that's when I decided to run off. Obviously I ran off. She tried to call me, there was no answer, and the police brought me back. I was smashing up the hallway, everything, and with Scarlett and Harry, I kept them up all night. It was like, shoot, I was like, F you, fuck this, I don't want to be here. You all this, blah 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 blah. Leave me alone. Or I'll do a runner. I don't give a fuck about anyone apart from myself. My family doesn't even give a shit about me or you guys. Go and fuck yourselves and fuck off. And that's what I said to them. And obviously they knew. And I obviously ran off. The police brought me back. And Scarlett was in school, was crying. She said, I don't feel safe up in Rose Cottage. Harry was like, I don't feel safe up there. Then they had to move Scarlett and Harry up into Alwyn. There's a flat called Alwyn in that flat. And they obviously was like, what's causing these? Because I was in school and I went to school the next day. I had a big massive blowout in there, smashed up the whole place, smashed up my room. And I had no, my head was just like, fuck off, like fuck this, can't be arsed. And you get to the point then when you're just like feeling that kind of way. Do you know what I mean, guys? You know when you feel really upset and you can't get out and you've got it all in a big ball in your head, and the more you build and you just lose it. Do you agree with me? If you agree with it, put in the comments down below. And obviously I was running away, and obviously I was running away quite a bit. Then I knew one day it just got fucking hectic. It just got too far. I think I went too far on this, but I obviously ran off. I obviously ran off completely. And obviously I know Rachel was in, because Harry and Scarlett, Rachel was up in Alwyn. In T Owl. In T Owl. In the place with other people who've got learning disabilities, and some of them speak. And they had 3 boys don't speak. And they had one called person did speak, called Randall. And I just had to the point then, like, she had to come up and help them out, because there was like 2 staff and they needed more staff to look for me. And and I knew I was really upset. I obviously ran off badly. I just lost it, and I fucking lost it. And you know what? You know when you lose it. You obviously lose it. Obviously you lose it and you just blow out on it. And obviously you lose it and you blow out on it. You just don't give a fuck about any part. You don't give a fuck about anyone. You only give a shit about yourself. And you get to that point when you feel like, after it, and you feel like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And when after the police took me back, I just started again. I don't know why, but I was smashing up the front door. The front door window was smashed. Everything. And obviously I was just like, fuck this, can't be arsed with anything. And I knew on the dark side I fucked up really for myself. I really fucked up. And obviously this is the point when you guys thinking, oh, he's gone through a bit of a tough time, I'm sorry. I was really upset, and I wish there was a clip with me being upset. And this part really upset me. And you know when you just get to the point when you're just feeling, you just get to the point in life, you're just thinking, fuck everything. Fuck what the future brings for me. Fuck it all. And you don't fucking realise for yourself how much you're hurting yourself, how much it's going to affect your life. Like, it really put me on a dark side, and it was like never the notice of fairness when you knew it had to be one true thing in life, and when that thing just fucks up for yourself, how can you expect things to go your way? And to expect what I mean, how can you expect to do more stuff for yourself and learn a bit more side of your life? And when you fuck up big time. And obviously I was not very happy. I was really upset. I wanted to cry. I wanted to lose myself. And obviously, with all of that, like, put in the comments for me if you think going through your needs is a bit upsetting, but on the good side, you know you're happy and you know you're in a good place. Put in the comments down for me. Yeah, put in the comments how you feel today. If you put one good comment, I might put you and shout your name out and comment on it. I'll tell you a bit more of the story now, but I think with everything, it just got to the point I was not doing well for myself. I think I was keep on running away. Then they knew something must have is really upsetting me, and they did not know what. Obviously, and they just like obviously I think to the point it upsetting the staff why I was feeling like that, and obviously it just got to the point then. Don't worry guys, it's not sad. It is sad, but this is where I think I am going to cry, but this is when, after a few weeks, I kept on running away. Then the staff saw that side of me. Then I knew how can I explain, like, my emotions is finally different what people think. We're different people, like, with different needs, and I want people to know that. I know we've got ADHD, but I don't know what's happening in your head. But all the managers had a sore affection on me, because Rachel went up to house manager. What that means, she was a one of those managers, everything, does all the work, and obviously she obviously is really doing really good for herself now. She's got a son, she's got her own family, she's doing well. And if you've seen this video, anyone from Kinsale, the only way I'm doing this video because I want people to realise, going through anything and going through emotions and going through a bit of a tough time. I know I'm going to tell you this story in a minute, but going through tough times, like with kids and adults, is going through anything. And I'm just going to say, guys, if you see this video, Kinsale, if you see it, put a comment down below. And I know Ryan Clark and Chris Hughes are going to see this. Well, anyone from Kinsale, put a comment down, thumbs up or thumbs down. And yeah, back to the story. I think all the managers saw I had that side difference of myself, and they obviously like, they all saw me, it was like, why is he upset? Why is he like for himself? Like, how can we help him out? How? And I think Rachel, Beth, and Scott, I think they all cry because they did not know what was happening with me. They did not know. And obviously you get to the point to your side of living, and obviously Nat had an idea. She was like, why do I take him out for tea after that night, or after last night, but I can speak to him how he felt, and get him and see what we can do different. And obviously Rose Cottage, the staff I was with, was like, you are fucking treating him to a takeaway after last night. And obviously they got really, really pissed. But she was like, so what? I'm the boss. If head of care of the boss here. I know it's not right to take them out after have had a bit of a blowout, but with Dex got more problems than anyone in this building at the minute. And everyone was like, Beth was like, she is right. Take him out. And I just got to the point. I got to the point, and then I was just like, is it my head or is it someone's head? It's fucking with it. And she obviously took me out. She picked me up from Rose, because I knew who was with me that night. It was Russ. Russ was with me that night. And obviously, Russ said to me, you're going out for tea tonight with Nat. I was like, oh yes. I was like, why am I going out for tea? Because of last night. And they went, we don't know. The staff, that staff spoke to Nat. They were in Rose that day. I was just like that. Ha 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 ha. I misbehaved last night. And I'm still getting a takeaway. Fuck you. When you tried to take it off me, but it didn't work. I was having a go, told him to fuck off. And obviously I was just laughing. I was like, oh yeah, I'm having an Indian tonight. And Russ said to me, look, you need to calm. Because she wants to have a private chat with you. And she picked me up around 6 in her car, in her Audi. In her car. And they knew staff was not very happy when they saw Nat. She was like, he's had a bit of a blip here and you're still taking him out for tea. And obviously I was really intoxic with everything, and I was just like, why is this everything? my fucking fault of everything. I put all my hard work into this and you still fuck up. It just doesn't feel fucking right. They were saying. And she obviously took me out in her car. And Scott and everyone was like, have a nice time. We're jealous. I was like, you're jealous? After that last night was fucked up. And I'm still getting away with it. It's like a fucking treat, this. And obviously they were like, was like, blah 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 blah. Why are you getting treated? We don't know why. And I just got to the point, I was like, oh yeah, I could get on with this every day. And obviously they were just like, obviously it was like, we're not very happy, but hey ho, it's not my fault. I fucked up and they still get to take away with it. But she took me out, and she was like, what caused it? What do you think's caused everything? And I just said to her, I don't know what caused it. I just feel like I'm one of those kind of fucking people who's evicted. It was very hard for me. I don't give a shit about anything at the minute. She was like, okay. Like, what do you mean about that? We were in a car. And she was like, how can I put you in a better place? And obviously it was like, obviously I was just like, couldn't be arsed. I couldn't fucking be arsed with anything I said. That's what I did. I went, fucking can't be arsed with anything at the minute. With Scarlett or Harry, I need my own flat. My own flat to keep me chilled. Rose Cottage is too fucking much for me. And we had our tea. Obviously we had our tea, we had a nice time. And obviously I started crying. Because I knew I went to bed that night. And this was after after everything I put. And I tried just to get on with my day. And I just said to Rach, can you come up please? I want to speak to you. And this is when I just fucking lost it. And I just said to her, I said, I can't do it. I genuinely can't fucking do it. I don't know why I've running away. I fucked up really. And I just really want to hurt myself right now. And you just get to the point, and then when everything's you fucked up, everything, you just like, I can't do this shit anymore. Then you realise for all the shit you've done, and And that was like, what do you think's caused everything like this? I obviously cried that night. Obviously, she was like, "Oh, don't get upset, mate. It happens. It happens to a lot of people at the minute." And obviously, we don't know why it happens to loads of people is doing this, but we want to help you as much as we can before you leave. We want to help you as much as we can and leave on a good note instead of a bad note. Then I knew obviously I was just like, and I just feel like saying, I just crying on Rach, like, and I just said to her, I went, why is everything my fucking fault for all the shit I've done? I didn't mean anything to help myself, and I just couldn't get myself out there and to learn experience and just to be myself. And I said, I just want someone to come up and already knows me. Then obviously I just cried and I just cried. And then they were like, why do you think, why is everything like, do you think everything's jumping on you, like, making you like this? We just want to help you as much as we can. We just don't want to make yourself, we don't want you to be upset. We want you to be as happy as we want and get on with us and be the person you had to be. And being like that, which just was like, then Rachel got someone I knew and put up in Rose Cottage, and they took me out. And obviously Scarlett didn't like that. Then she had to be told this is for Dex, because Declan was going a bit of a tough time. She was like, no shit, everyone's going a bit of a tough time, but I don't like this. Declan's getting his own way of everything. And I just said to Scarlett, I went, shut up, it's not for you, it's for me. Have you been going through a lot more shit I have been going through? And the staff says, okay Dex, okay. They've put Russ from Alwyn up there. They took a member of staff down there. And she was like, okay. They moved. He was with me. He took me out for a drive and I explained. I said, how is everything? Then obviously she not obviously took me out when I was upset. Then what basically happened, they moved me into Padan. I cleaned it first. I had to do that for a week. And obviously they obviously didn't like that, Scarlett. And I just said to Scarlett, I went, shut the fuck up now. And I just said to Scarlett, I don't like you. You're a bad person. She was like, I'm going to tell my mum about you. Tell me about your mum. Because I don't even like you anyway, Scarlett. You're a piece of shit. And I just got to the point then when they moved me down to Padang on that Saturday. I had a takeaway. I was still running off. And it was not like I was doing anything for myself. I was fucking up everything. And I just felt like, fuck this. Why am I doing this? Why am I fucking doing it for myself if no one's gonna appreciate about me and do fuck all for myself? There's a lot more fucking people out there now. They're struggling through what I'm going through. And that's what when I was up in Padang, Russ came down. He was with me for the day. Then on a Wednesday I had Chris Hoey. And then I was just sick of him, looking at his face every single day. Every Wednesday. Then I just fucking lost it with him. I just lost it. I really fucking lost it. And you know, and sometimes you just lose it with people and you just can't expect to do anything. And you know when you just fucking expect it for anyone, when you just fucking do it and you just feel like, fuck off. Like, for Chris, I told him to do everything. Fuck off, leave me alone. Then I knew I was working myself up and I was just telling him to fuck off, leave me alone. Don't sit in the office. He was like, no, I'm watching the thing. Then Dal was saying, oh, I was like, oh, fine, then you hit me then. I'll just say, you've hit me then. Then obviously I was saying he was hitting me. Then obviously it was a bit chaotically. Rachel came down. I was in my room. She left her bag in there. And on her phone and her laptop. Then Chris took his stuff out, Chris Hoey. Then I was near the door, I was locked in, I went, I don't feel safe around you anymore. Her keys were in the door. And she was like, open the door for me. She was like, open the door for me, and I can speak to you. I was like, no, because people are going to hate me. And that's how I felt. And that's what I said. I said, I feel like people are going to hate me and I don't feel safe around any of you. She was like, Dex, I promise I won't hit you. I just want to know if you're okay. Like, it's been a bit tough. Because everyone knows your head's not right. And you're going through all of these emotions. And you're going a bit of a tough time. And she was like, open the door for me. And then I finally gave in the door. I was like, fuck. And I just cried. And it was just like, it was one of those kind of things when people love you and appreciate you. The person you has got more. I think in that place I was the most favourite person in that building, and I was a favourite person in that building, and I think everyone saw me. I had more problems than anyone, and they obviously had to like obviously be there. Then I knew after a few weeks, Beth, I ran off all night and didn't get back till like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I went to bed about 4 or 5. And this was like a week later. I was still not right with my head. And I knew on the dark side of myself, I was not in a good place. And I was getting my own emotions out, being the person I couldn't be. And it's really sad. It's so fucking sad. Like, and it was so hard for me because I couldn't get my emotions out. And a week later, on that Wednesday or the Tuesday, I had a meeting with my social worker. I had a meeting with my social worker every Wednesday when they moved it to Tuesdays. And I knew after Monday, my head was not right. My head was not right. I ran off the whole night. I got back about 2 o'clock in the morning. No, about 4 o'clock in the morning. Beth obviously was up all night. And obviously I was like, nah, woke me up. And I said, where's Rach? And she was like, what happened last night? And I was like, fuck off. Started to throw stuff at them, at her. Started to throw stuff. And she obviously texted Rach or Scott to come down saying he's on one again. And obviously, I pushed Scott away, then he had to hold me and Rachel. And that's when I generally fucking lost it again. and for people to he's got more problems in themselves. How could I put myself out there to be professional and to help myself? There's nothing I can fucking really do, really. When they were holding me and when they were like, calm, we'll let go. And obviously I just fucking lost it again, and I lost it and I lost it. And that's generally how I pretty much. And I knew then obviously they had to sort a meeting with my teacher called Abby, and I was not in it. I was definitely not in it. And obviously Lydia was there. That was the old head teacher. But there's a new one there now at Kinsale. Or I don't know if there is. Actually, there was when I left. A new one there. But I don't know if she's left or not. But hey ho. But they had to have a meeting saying Declan will be in Tuesday and Thursdays. Then he gets an extra 4 days off, or an extra 3 days off school, because obviously Declan's not obviously working. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. Smash the red bell and like and subscribe, and put comments down below if you enjoyed this story. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.